What's up, YouTube? Weakness Policy here, bringing you some deals of the day. So earlier today while I was at work, I actually noticed that a lot of the Razer stuff is on sale. Yeah, so let's take a look at what's good here. I mean, the laptop, the specs are pretty nice. It is a 6-core i7. For those of you out there, you don't have to know what that is. You can just copy and paste in Google, and this will tell you that it's pretty much a really good, fantastic CPU for your gaming needs. Honestly, for an RTX 2070, that is a fantastic deal. It comes with 16 gigs of RAM, which is okay for the basic ideal user. If you want to do video editing or you want to do gaming, you might want to increase that in the future. But start off with the 4K OLED display. That actually sounds pretty nice. Now, $1,600, I don't see the biggest value here. I mean, yeah, if you can afford it, go for it. But this is not a video about what's cheap and what isn't. This is just a video about what's on sale on Amazon right now and Razer. So, let's take a look at a few things here. I do have a few tabs for things I want to mention. So, this keyboard, the Razer Huntsman. Now, I don't have much experience with the Razer products. I did own this mouse. I owned an Ouroboros. I also own a Black Widow Chroma keyboard, but at the same time I went away from Razer, not because it was a bad product or by any means necessary. It's just that for me it just felt like every year they released something new, it looked exactly the same that what I already had. But hey, maybe there's Razer lovers out there and you are devoted Razer fans, and that's fine. Everyone has their preference to what they want to use when they game or when they stream or you know, just their computing needs, right? So one of the things that I decided to look at was this gaming laptop. Now, to be fair, it's $2,600 originally. You save $650. Honestly, if you can afford it, this is a deal. With a current i7, an 8-core i7, it's honestly, you're not gonna need anything else. The only thing that you will want to upgrade down the road is the 512 SSD, only because with games nowadays being 100 gigabytes, Call of Duty especially, you're gonna fill this up within 1 or 2 days. Moving on. So this keyboard is actually quite interesting. It does have the little toggle here in between, and a few other buttons that don't really mean much. The only thing exciting about this is, yeah, look at all that. I am a fan of RGB, and oh man, if you can already see it here, there's RGB everywhere. Yeah, this picture right here, it's a little resemblance towards my desk that I have right now in my setup. I don't have any of these Razer products, like I said again, but again, if you are looking for discounts on keyboards and gaming mouse, I think this would be like your best bet, especially if you're starting out and or you're a hardcore gamer already. Maybe you're even a pro. Some of these items would already be to your benefit. But yeah, the RGB all day, every day. This thing used to be $200. It is yeah, $50 discount. The main thing you want to look at a keyboard is make sure that you have switches. If it's not a mechanical keyboard and or it doesn't have any type of switches, you don't want to use that in gaming. Now, I'm not saying that the other keyboards are terrible. These actually look quite nice, and it looks like you can actually interchange them. But the thing about it is, think of each of these as a brain. So if you were to click on all of these simultaneously, because they're individually quote unquote thinking, right? They will, if you were to press each one of these 10,000 times, you're getting 10,000 strokes at the exact same time that you press them. Versus a traditional keyboard, where I think I have one here in one of these tabs. Let's see. There's others. Oh no, I just closed the tab. That might have been it. All right, like this. So a traditional keyboard like this. This is an RGB keyboard, and it'll get you there at $47.99. You save $12. Honestly, if you save $10 or $12, it's kind of worth it if that's what you're looking for. But it is a basic keyboard. Now, would you use this in a gaming environment? You could do it starting off. I mean, for the most part, it is $50, right, with tax probably. But if you're looking more into you know, you're serious about your gaming and all that stuff, you primarily want a keyboard that offers this. Now this looks very interesting. Yeah, I mean, it even comes with the little pad down here, and for me that's crucial. With the keyboard that comes with a palm rest. I definitely love it, and it looks like it's probably made out of leather, not plastic. Yeah, look at that. At 91, bring it down to 70, you save about $21. Honestly, yeah. And then as long as these things have, it's a magnetic wrist rest. Can you believe that? My wrist rest is magnetic, so I'm a little jealous. The other thing is the linear and silent for the switches. Some of these are loud, some of these are a little bit quieter than the others. But so long that they have this aspect, then you should be fine. Obviously, it all depends on what you're looking for, and they even say up on the top, right? Speed and responsiveness. This is what you want to look for into when it comes to a keyboard. The rest of it is all aesthetics. Does this have an aluminum frame? It doesn't say that it does. Yeah, let's just do one of these, right? Aluminum. Maybe it does. Maybe it does have an aluminum frame. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it's for something else. But yeah, honestly, from my experience for keyboards, aluminum frame, mechanical switches, RGB, and a detachable cable. So something like this, where if I unplug it, right, I can just take this to the next somewhere else, and continue the gaming, or I can just plug it in and continue where I left off in my desktop. Very convenient. It's lightweight, but obviously this is not the product that's shown here. This looks like the cable is wired in. But yeah, honestly, at these prices right now with what they are, honestly, I would recommend. The only thing, like I said, I would just think about getting the cheaper version, which is this. Not because it's a terrible keyboard. This would get you through your day. But if you're trying to do gaming and you need your strokes for them to hit, you need something with mechanical switches. Moving on to the mouses. They seem okay. Like I said, the only one I've used is the Ouroboros, and that was I think it was wireless, and it came with a dock. And it did pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty sure since then they've upgraded their versions, but my selling point is obviously the RGB. So long that this thing has RGB on it, I'm probably buying it. At 20k DPI, that's actually it's really good. 100-hour battery life is definitely fantastic. That means that this will probably last you almost all week before you have to charge it again, and that's actually pretty nice. Moving on to the Razer mic. Honestly, I don't know what the quality of it is, but coming from 100 to 55, that is a steal. Now, yeah, I'm not. Again, it looks like it has 4.5 stars out of 4,000 reviews, which is a lot. Like, not a lot, man. That's saying a lot, especially for this. And then for it to be 100 regularly and then $55 right now, that is a huge plus. I mean, if you look at the review section, I'm pretty sure you're gonna see that there's mixed reviews, but for the most part, it's all positive. 40% are at 4 stars, 73% are at 73, and then there's a bottom low because obviously that's what happens, right? Not everything can be perfect, but from what I've seen on streaming and from what I hear from other people that own this microphone, it does the job, and it does the job really good. And then the other thing is you can actually use the program that it comes with Razer to adjust the like enhancements, right? Yeah, to me, the only thing I would say to you is I would refrain, like for me personally, I refrain from using a desk microphone. Like, you could probably take this off and then put it in one of these arms. And the reason I say one of these arms is because if this is on the desk, from my experience, if I'm typing, my keyboard is pretty loud. Think of it as, here, let me do you an example. So let's say we were playing a game and I had one of these. You would probably hear things like this. And even though I maybe my microphone's 2 feet away, I probably have to talk a little bit louder than normal in order for you to hear me. But imagine if I maybe hit the desk, like the desk, right? Or maybe every once in a while I thump the desk, I drop something. Like, all of that is transparent into the microphone, and you're able to pick it up. This, on the other hand, fantastic. Like, I haven't really received any negative feedback from whenever I play online. yeah, an arm, you literally can grab any arm. It really doesn't matter. This arm did not cost a lot. The only thing that did cost was the microphone, but this is a HyperX. I like RGB, and it RGB glows, and I mean, yeah, just lets the video. I did no enhancements to this, and it sounds really good. I haven't done any adjustments. I did play with the settings, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Razer and what's going on in the Razer community as far as Amazon goes. So $55, honestly, this is worth it. To be quite fair, I may even pick it up because it's $55, and just in case this goes out, I have a second microphone, right? Do be advised, this sale does end pretty soon, as you can see already. So I will put the links in the description below, and you can click away. Maybe you do decide to pick up something by the end of the day today. Completely up to you. But yes, bottom line, if you are looking for a keyboard, ensure that you have the micro switches, right? You don't want to buy a keyboard that doesn't have that if you're trying to game. Now, let me go back to that. So make sure that you get something that has this in the maybe in the pictures or in the description. Make sure you have that. As far as mouses, honestly, that is up to, I will leave that to you as far as preference go. Wireless, I'm using a wireless mouse, and it's pretty good. I have another Corsair. I have a Corsair. I think it's like the QI something. Yeah, it's very responsive. I use the dongle, not Bluetooth, because I don't want any interference. And but yeah, as far as mouse, honestly, what's your preference? Do you want wires on the table? Do you want less wires? Like I said, as far as this goes, this looks pretty solid. I think I even saw a gamepad that was on there. Yeah, there he goes. At $32 compared to $50. If I didn't already have a gamepad, I would probably maybe get something like this. But from my perspective, I don't like the mouse pads that are just for the mouse. I actually like a big solid mouse pad for the keyboard, my wrist rest, and the mouse. And the reason for that is because it's all together. I can move my keyboard left and right. I can move my mouse. I can, I can interchange where I want to position everything. With something like this, because this probably is wide, if my mouse moves too far to the left because I'm playing like this, it's gonna fall off. In a case where I have a wider mouse pad, I'm free to roam wherever I want to, right? Kind of like a Pathfinder. But yeah, this is but it's a great addition at $32 for a name brand RGB mouse pad. This isn't bad. Honestly, this isn't bad. As far as the headsets go, it looks like for the most part they're all the same. The Kraken, right? The Kraken style, depending on which one is your favorite. So I do have buddies who used the Kraken before, and they absolutely love them. The only thing I will say is the ear cups are very big. So if you have really small ears, this may not be for you. But yeah, there's big ear cups. This actually doesn't get in the way, and it looks like this thing actually has a controller that you can adjust everything with, and that sometimes that's convenient, sometimes that isn't. It all depends on where you want the wire to be going through. Yeah, so Kraken, yeah, like I said, it looks like their Kraken series are all on sale. Honestly, if I have to pick a wired headset, I'm going for the RGB. Only because I mean at $20, what is it, 30 about $25 more, I get a little bit more probably quality because it's RGB. I don't know that for sure. But at $55 for a quality Razer headset with a controller, it's definitely a plus. Usually the controllers that Razer provides are the little tiny things that you either have mute, unmute, and maybe just volume. This thing looks like it probably has more than that. Yeah, it does. Yeah, volume, and mute, and some side buttons. I mean, honestly, like I said, this is actually pretty good for $55. Mouses, we already said, it's up to your preference. This, honestly, I don't play games on my phone like I should. It looks like you could turn your phone into a Switch. Hey, if that's your thing, this probably works. It does have over 3,000 reviews, and it's fairly over 4 stars. But for $75 just to turn your phone into a gaming device, is it worth it? I'll leave that up to you. This thing here, very interesting. This is for, let's say you were playing a game that you didn't want the extra keys, right? That's primarily for what it is. Think of a game like League of Legends. All of these could be your items, yeah, your item slots, your move sets, like your Q, your R, your E, things like that. Flash and yeah, just basically you would program each one to do a specific task within game, and then you would just use one hand and all your fingers for the all your fingers for each one, and it's easier ease of access versus having a whole keyboard. Did I like was my experience like enjoyable? It was weird to get used to it, so for 55, honestly, just to experiment with it, that is an opinion. I would leave that up to you. But yeah, the Razer laptops, they look like they're solid, and they're on sale right now. If you're looking for like a gaming laptop, honestly, the cheaper route isn't even that bad. It's yeah, I think this is the one from the very beginning. It's the i7 with 6 cores. The more cores, the better. And then it's got hyper threading because it's got an i7. And then the GTX 1660 Ti. The Ti means that you can overclock it. And again, you know what? I'm going too into specifics. All you need to know is this is good. This is pretty decent. And the only flaw I see here is just that 1080p 120 hertz. I mean, it's not terrible for a gaming monitor, just that everything coming out is probably going to be in 4K, and you know, it's just one of those things. You got to give up something to gain somewhere else. What is the 16 going for? Is this on sale? Oh, it is 1300. It's still 1080p at 144 hertz. To be honest with you, 120 should be fine for most games that are out there. The only thing is this. You're gonna have to change that. 16 gigabytes of RAM, 256 SSD. So this is the storage capacity, in case you didn't know what that is. 256 gigabytes. Think of modern games nowadays are 50 gigs, probably at the very least, maybe 20, and at the very most 100. Like Call of Duty, like I said before. So imagine if you have Call of Duty at 100 gigs and you install 2 other games at 20 gigs each, right? You're at 140 already out, and then don't forget that the operating system is going to take about 20 of that. So you're already almost at 56 gigabytes left, and you only installed 3 games and operating system. So this is just something to consider. This is interchangeable because it's a hard drive. You can change that at any point. And then this is the RAM. This is actually very good if you're just going to game, but if you're going to be streaming, gaming, and or video editing, not all at the same time, but maybe one besides the other, you might want to upgrade this to 32 or even up to 64, depending on how it goes. There's probably people out there who already done it on their laptop, and you can probably check out their videos. But yeah, that's it for me. Please take advantage of this. For everybody that sees it, I will put links in my description, so you can just click on each thing for ease of access. And yeah, Weakness Policy signing out.